All right, anxiety warriors, today I want to talk about one of my very pet peeves, which is faking care of yourself. Now, the self-care industry is a billion-dollar industry that is selling you lies, and they are making a lot of money off of those lies. You've seen it. I call it the cult of positivity, this idea of, buy these products and you're immediately going to feel better, like take a bubble bath or use this tea and, things like that, that just really aren't about actually investing in your wellness. So faking care of yourself is what I call it when people do things that they think are investing in their wellness, but are actually undermining their wellness. So here's some examples of that. Binge eating. So that's one, you're not feeling good. And so you're eating, you're like, oh, it makes me feel better. I'm just going to eat this whole pizza because that's self-care, because I just need a nice pizza at night. I'm not going to go to therapy today because I'm having too bad of a day, or I'm having too good of a day. That's not actually taking care of yourself. Using taking care of others as a way to make yourself feel better. Like, oh, I am really anxious and I'm feeling really down all the time. It can be good to do some service or to help take care of others, but very often people with acute anxiety will use that idea of taking care of others as a way to avoid taking care of the self. People will tell me they didn't really feel like, they haven't taken a shower for days because it felt like a better idea to just lay in bed and rest because they really needed to rest. And so these are examples of faking care of yourself. Taking a bubble bath, if let's say you're really angry and something really frustrating happened and you're going to take a bubble bath to get rid of that. No, I don't think that that's going to help you. I think you probably need some anger expression, and you need some way to actually process what happened to you. So often these faking care of yourself ideas have to do with immediate feeling good, making yourself feel good in the immediate moment, but they don't actually invest in your wellness. In fact, they undermine your wellness and they make it even harder for you to get better. So what does taking care of yourself actually look like? Like not faking care, but actual taking care of yourself. The first thing about taking care of yourself is that it doesn't always feel good. Sometimes you have to do things that take care of yourself, to invest in your wellness, that don't feel good. Like getting your ass out of bed and into the shower, like doing your dishes, like going to therapy, like taking your meds. Those things that you may not want to do and that you don't actually like doing are investing in your wellness. One of my best examples of this is when people say that they can't exercise because they're out of shape. I hear this a lot, y'all. I hear it a lot. I will say, exercise is one of the major interventions for depression and anxiety because it does so much for your body. Like I could do a whole separate video on that. It does so much good for your body. But the number of people that I work with that are have anxiety or have depression, and I say exercise, sometimes they get offended or get kind of down about that because they say, well, I would exercise, but I'm too depressed to exercise, or I'm too out of shape to exercise. And that is a great example of valuing your immediate comfort over what it means to invest in yourself in the long term, invest in your wellness in the long term. So self-care is also cognitive. You have to challenge your thinking habits. You have to control your thinking in terms of intervening in spirals, things like that, setting boundaries, saying no, saying yes, deciding how to interact with the world around you instead of just kind of letting things happen to you. That's also self-care. So self-care is in your brain, in your mind, your thinking patterns. It's also in your behaviors. Sometimes you have to mom yourself. Self-care means getting up and brushing your teeth even when you don't want to. It means taking your vitamins. It means going to bed on time. It means going to class. It means doing your work when you're supposed to do your work. You have to mom yourself. And then of course, self-care is emotional. You gotta let yourself have your feelings, feel your feelings, process those things, not shoving them down because you wanna pretend like everything's fine or that bubble bath actually did make everything better, but actually processing and taking care of your emotions. That's part of self-care too. So remember, don't fake care of yourself, take care of yourself.